Dr. Horsford is Associate Professor of Education Leadership and co-director of TC's Urban Education Leaders Program. Also, she's founding director of our Black Education Research Collective. In books such as Learning in a Burning House and The Politics of Education Policy in an Era of Inequality, she's explicated the problem of racial inequality in K-12 schools and how race is conceptualized and understood by leaders for equity and social justice. Please welcome Professor Sonya Douglas Horsford.
One of the things that brought me to Teachers College 4 years ago was its vibrant intellectual community and its commitment to addressing the issues of inequality that continue to show up in the study of education, health, and psychology. Whether racial opportunity gaps, health disparities, or the psychological impacts of social inequality that affect how students learn and teach, the faculty and students at TC continue to take up these difficult questions in search of ways to improve the educational and social lives of students and the educators, families, and communities that care for them. To be sure, the problem of inequality in schools and society, and the study of it, is not new. Committed researchers, educators, and policymakers have grappled with the various manifestations of this problem, as well as the purpose and value of education for generations. Recent events such as the coronavirus pandemic and continued murders of innocent Black Americans by law enforcement serve as a powerful reminder of the great danger in allowing inequality to worsen or deepen, whether along lines of race, class, gender, sexual orientation, ability, religion, citizenship, or at their intersections. Yet, this moment also serves as a unique and precious opportunity to think differently, or even anew about the purpose of education and the role that each of us play in equipping ourselves with the knowledge and understanding needed to activate and advance equity and fairness through our work. There is a long-held belief in the US and many places throughout the world that education has the potential to reduce inequality, to serve as the great equalizer, expand opportunity, and advance the American dream. Yet widening inequality in schools has threatened not only America's narrative of opportunity, but also has obstructed this metaphorical pathway. Left unchecked, these trends and conditions have normalized what has been separate and unequal education in ways that have likely convinced our children and the public to believe that social inequality and social divisions are the natural order of things. Fortunately, we know that this is not so. A longer view of the history of American education reveals how systemic racism, in the form of separate but equal schooling, coupled with a growing school-aged population that is now more racially, culturally, and ethnically diverse than ever before, and helps to explain the current situation that we find our schools in today. It also underscores the powerful role that research and ideas can and must play to address inequality, to understand its source, the roots of oppression, discrimination, exploitation, and injustice, so that we might be better equipped to address this problem head on once and for all. In conclusion, it's not enough to know what to do when it comes to addressing inequality, as real change requires action. And as the late, great Congresswoman Shirley Chisholm, an alum of Teachers College, once stated, "I know that millions of Americans from all walks of life agree with me that leadership does not mean putting the ear to the ground to follow public opinion, but to have the vision of what is necessary and the courage to make it possible." It's true that we face many challenges in the current moment, and we will overcome them through our scholarship, collaboration, creativity, and by connecting with one another, solving problems and advancing solutions together. It is our ability at Teachers College to lead in moments like this, and that make me extremely proud to be a part of the TC community. Together, we can do the work needed to create more equitable schools and a more just society. And it's why it brings me great joy to welcome you as the newest members of the TC family.